I will swap one Bitcoin for your 10,000 XRP.
No, 10,000 XRP will be worth billions soon.
XRP today is currently $2.26 USD, $22,600. Mate, those XRP guys, they're dreaming.
Unrealized capital gains tax. Now, very little has been said about this new tax, but because mainly people don't understand how it would work.
Everyday Australians are going to have to pay more, and you're now going to have less in your retirement. That's the simple maths of it. And if you think it doesn't apply to you, then you better wake up, because it's the most ludicrous tax we've ever seen. This is a theft of our retirement savings, and we need to stand against it. I'm Matthew Fraser, and this is Crypto Collective. After making millions with Amazon and e-commerce, I realized that if I was starting again today, crypto would be my first choice. I'm here to help you take your first steps and build real wealth. Ready to set yourself up for life? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Collective. Today's reactions, you know I love doing these, right? Because I love the feedback that you give me, particularly when you don't like it. Particularly the XRP army. Come and get it. All right, let's go.
The world's richest man and the world's most powerful man are having a nasty breakup in public.
Of course they're having a nasty breakup in public, but is this all staged? I actually heard the other day, this could be a psyop. It's not actually real. These guys actually do love each other. But now we see Elon's perhaps coming out with his own party, the American party.
And it's all over money. Elon Musk was Trump's largest donor in 2024, giving over $288 million to Republicans. In return, Trump tapped him to run the new Government Efficiency Task Force, DOGE. They were boys.
Well, let me just say, first of all, DOGE, I thought that was a brilliant idea, getting rid of all the government waste. Remember seeing all the stuff that was happening? There's people that were getting paid to do the most outrageous things, or like putting like these, like pride monuments up in like Kiev and all this kind of rubbish, right? That was a good initiative. In fact, I wish they'd do it in Australia. Let's do a petition on that. Doge for Australia.
Elon once said that he loved Trump as much as one straight man could love another. But Elon's dream of slashing $2 trillion from the budget, dead on arrival. Then came Trump's one big beautiful bill, a $5 trillion debt bomb that blew up Elon's mission.
You know what? I think we knew this was coming though. Although we thought, yeah, cut all the waste, the big, beautiful bill, though, was guaranteed to increase the debt. And that is ultimately why Bitcoin. Money printing is going to happen. There's no end in sight. Bitcoin is the answer.
I will swap one Bitcoin for your 10,000 XRP.
No, 10,000 XRP will be worth billions soon.
Would you swap 10,000 XRP for one Bitcoin?
Oh, 10,000 XRP for one Bitcoin. Now, 10,000 XRP. Jeez, what is XRP currently worth today? Let's have a look. XRP today is currently $2.26 USD. Yeah, how much did he say? Did he say 10,000 XRP? 10,000 XRP times 2.26, $22,600. Sounds awesome. Now, she said, though, it's going to go to, what'd she say, like billions? So let's just say 1 billion divide 22,000. It would have to 45x from today to get to even $1 billion of 10,000 XRP. Mate, those XRP guys, they're dreaming. All right, let's check this out, guys. What is the highest point that XRP has ever gotten in its whole entire life cycle? And it's been, it's about $5.46 AUD on this, according to this. $5.46. So it's about $3.50, let's say, USD, right? That's the highest point XRP has ever gotten. And it's now down to about $2.26 USD. Mate, this thing's never going to pump ever again. I don't know what people are thinking. Somehow it's going to achieve this like mass adoption. No, I don't see it.
We want our fellow Americans to know that crypto and digital assets, and particularly Bitcoin, are part of the mainstream economy and are here to stay. It's one of the reasons why we started the Bitcoin Reserve, because we want to start to put in motion the strategic importance of Bitcoin for the United States government. We know that the PRC doesn't like Bitcoin, the People's Republic of China.
Well, the first thing I want to say is Bitcoin doesn't need any politician. As much as I love JD Vance, Bitcoin was already going up and to the right well before Trump and JD Vance got involved in Bitcoin and strategic reserves. Do I think, though, that a strategic reserve will benefit the US? Absolutely. Right. That's why so many states, including 3 right now, we've got New Hampshire, we've got Arizona, and now Texas, have all adopted a strategic reserve from a state level because they know the power of Bitcoin. But the question is, will Australia adopt a Bitcoin strategic reserve? And I'm sorry to say, but by the looks of Albo and Chalmers, who are trying to just tax us into the bejesus right now, it's not looking good. I don't think they're up to speed on the power of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin profits will
Ben
be
Nash.
tax-free under a new court ruling, and even better, tax paid on crypto gains for the last bunch of years could be refunded by the ATO. So it sounds kind of like a joke, but you definitely heard that right.
Look, guys, I've seen this already. This information is now a few weeks old. And the fact that Bitcoin could be treated as an asset that does not incur capital gains tax. But the thing is, though, right now you've got Labor who are bringing in the unrealized capital gains tax on superannuation. The ATO is targeting so many people right now to make sure they pay their fair share of taxes. There's no way right now that I see that the ATO changes their rules and allows Bitcoin to be capital gains tax free. Certainly not without a huge fight. But you know what? I absolutely hope it does. Hey, just quickly, if you're ready to dive deeper into crypto and Bitcoin and build real wealth, join my free crypto collective community. It's where I share exclusive insights and strategies and live discussions to help you succeed. Whether you're a beginner or scaling your portfolio, click on the link in the description and join us today. Now back to the episode.
Very few people know about the policy of the Labor Party in terms of taxing super balances over 3 million. The argument is, well, if you've got a super fund and you've got over 3 million against your members' fund, you're doing all right. Or the legislation was in 2 parts. Any earnings over $3 million, you should be taxed at 30%. Most people that actually do have good balances would say, that's not unfair, I'm happy with that. But the hidden danger there...
Hang on a second, let's just stop Chris right there. He just said that most people would say that increasing the tax from 15 to 30%, most people say, oh, that's okay. That's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. We sort of just like, oh, you know what it is? It's that frog in the hot water, right? It's like, we just put a little bit in, it's 15% now, then it's 30%. Oh, that's okay. Next thing you know, it's 40%. Oh, that's okay. It's 40%. Next thing you know, it's 50%. Oh, that's okay. Chris, come on, mate. Stand up for the working people of this country, the wealthy people of this country, because you know that in time, everyone's going to get sucked into this unrealized capital gains tax and increase taxes on their superannuation. What I'm calling for right now, and I've started my very own petition, which is, how about this, a novel idea, 0% tax on all superannuation. Why can't we do something like that?
Earnings or unrealised gains in that super fund over 3 million will be taxed as well. Just say, for example, you've got your $3 million in your super fund and it's all in property, and that property's been paying rent. And then there's a bit of a surge and that property goes up and it's worth $4 million. Taxman says, oh, good, here's a bill for $300,000 because the gain went up $1 million. That's the danger. And you say, well, yeah, they're fairly wealthy people, they can afford it. But when you do the maths on that, there are plenty of ways to actually get around that. The amount of tax that's going to be collected is minimal in my view. If the Labor Party get re-elected, I can absolutely guarantee you that legislation will be put back up day one.
Well, he's talking about day one. If the Labor Party does not get re-elected, the Liberals and Nationals together are already now opposing this unrealised capital gains tax. But I hope that they also, if the 30% tax comes in, they say, you know what, that was too much too, let's reduce it back down. I have a sneaky suspicion, though, that they probably won't do that. And that's why I've always said, like, you know, when a tax comes in, it's very hard for politicians to want to wind back the taxes because they just get so used to the money and they start spending it like drunken sailors on just absolute rubbish. It's a bloody disgrace.
Unrealized capital gains tax. Now, very little's been said about this new tax, but because mainly people don't understand how it would work.
Well, we do understand how it works because I've been talking about it for a long time now. We understand that you, everyday Australians, are going to have to pay more and you're now going to have less in your retirement. That's the simple maths of it. And if you think it doesn't apply to you, then you better wake up, because there's absolutely no reason why future governments will start bringing down the threshold. Right now it's above 3 million. What's to say in 5 years' time it's above 500,000 or even 1 million, right? Even people today in their 20s, by the time they retire, will have over $3 million in their super fund. You will have to pay more in taxes. Is that even fair?
Say your house is worth $1 million and it's had a 4% increase in value. Under Albanese's plan, you'd have to find the cash to pay tax on that $40,000 increase in value. An increase in value, I might add, that you've never actually seen because you haven't sold the house, you still live there. It's just that the value of your home has gone up on paper.
It's the most ludicrous tax we've ever seen. Even Paul Keating is against it. Even former Labor MP Bill Kelty is against it, which is interesting because this is the thing, many politicians, bureaucrats and judges, they're exempt from Labor's unrealized capital gains tax on superannuation. This is a theft of our retirement savings, and we need to stand against it.
Unrealised capital gains tax is an outrageous tax. Very unfair, very un-Australian. We're not a third world country. We're not that desperate for tax collections. There are better ways to collect tax. I can come up with 3 or 4 off the top of my head very quickly, certainly around speculation and money just flowing all over the place and doing nothing. A much better way to tax than retrospective unrealised capital gains tax, complete outrageous. Australia needs to have a proper tax policy, a proper superannuation policy, start bringing fairness back into every discussion and start bringing a vision.
You got to watch that one though. You got to watch the fairness talk, right? The fairness talk is Jim Chalmers like to spout that line. You got to make it fair for everybody, right? Which is code for take from those who have more than you, right? And guess what? There's always somebody that's got more than you, right? It's communist, socialist type mentality, which I absolutely despise. What's interesting though is I saw on TikTok the other day, there were people who now have a socialist party in Australia. These are these young people who are all gathering around together saying, oh yes, we're so hard done by. You've got to take responsibility for your own actions. There's no excuse these days to be poor, okay? No excuse to be poor. So simply, you just have to make more money yourself. Become wealthy. That's the answer.
Without those elements, we get this quagmire debate, and that's where we are. And it's very disappointing. I don't know what foreigners think when they look at this. They must look at us and go, well, it really does present as a country which doesn't actually have a plan.
Well, Labor does have a plan right now. The plan is to tax more from you, right? But on a serious note, Albo and Chalmers are putting together a roundtable this last part of the year, about September, and they want to get all these stakeholders together, and it's like one of those talk fests where they get people around and they just talk about policy, right? Because it's tax reform, but Labor's idea of tax reform is just basically, how can we get people to pay more tax? I tell you what, guys, the Labor's unrealised capital gains tax makes me so mad because I just hate the fact that it's simply a theft of people's retirement savings, right? It's just absolutely unjust, unfair, and that's why so many, even Labor politicians, are against it. So guys, what I'm gonna do, rather than just screaming at the TV and screaming into this camera, I'm putting together a petition and I'm calling for something that we all should be supporting, which is, how about 0% tax? 0% tax on superannuation, including SMSFs, so that your Bitcoin and other cryptos and other assets that are in your SMSF are simply tax-free for your retirement. That's going to encourage you and other people to put as much money into a retirement fund as possible without having the government come in with their greasy limits and try and steal it from you. All right, find the link in the description, sign the petition. 0 tax for super. Take care. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Collective. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to show your support is to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. You can also find more of me at I'm Matthew Fraser on all social media platforms.